While I haven't been on the app myself since sometime in December of 2024, I do know how pivotal this app was, because much like podcasts and a lot of other places, it gave a lot more authority and power back into the hands of the creator. It wasn't really us chasing algorithms as much as it was us finding our community, utilizing the things that we were talking about. TikTok's algorithm, for those who don't know, is actually genius, and the ways that like SEO and keywords, and it really wasn't about the type of lighting you had and aesthetics. It was truly about people telling their story and sharing what they loved, and the way that people found each other and found community and made friendships and made, like, I even had initiatives on there like small business snapshots really took off for me on that app. And it was a way for us to talk about the things that we really genuinely cared about without feeling like we had a ton of censorship. And that's for everybody. It's not just Black creators. I think it was pivotal for Black creators because it was the one space where we felt seen. Like, we really could have content go extremely viral, actually like find our people, actually see ourselves, actually be able to search up things and be like, oh my gosh, there's us, and then train the algorithm to show us that consistently without it being a painstaking battle. And like, if we were off the app for a bit, come back and our whole algorithm was changed, that would never happen. Like, you would come back in the app and your algorithm would still be the same, showing us, because that's how you interacted in the first place, to teach it that way. It was constantly learning with us. And so I really think it's not, I've seen so many big stars. Juicy Body Goddess was the first brand I think of, owned by Summer, who her business took off because of TikTok Live. She's speaking on it. You've probably seen her on TV, on the news, like having these conversations with the government, and has been having these conversations about why it's important for us to still have access to it. Especially as a Black creator. She's a Black fat creator who owns a business. She's an entrepreneur. She is literally the exact demographic that I feel like the world is constantly trying to tear down and diminish and like dim light around. But that platform gave her a voice in a way that no other platform ever did, because she was able to really put out what she cared about. And it doesn't mean to say that haters and all that stuff didn't come about, because we exist as we are and we get hate. We know this as Black people. From like, people come out the woodwork, like people we've never seen before, with photos, profile pictures that are birds. There's like a whole thing around this. And still, we were like, okay. And so we'd not interact, or we'd say our piece and then like keep it moving. And it would always be more positive than negative, which I think is the exact opposite in a lot of these other apps. And so I honestly feel like TikTok was a culture shifter. Constantly, when things would pop up on TikTok, you'd see them on all these other apps. When TikTok would introduce a new feature, where did it end up? In all these other apps. And so a lot of those trends and those viral moments and conversations were by people who are underrepresented in every other space but this one. Yeah, most people are not ready to have that conversation. We're having that conversation though.